Hello everybody and welcome to the table. Today we are taking a look at a knife from Boker Plus. So this right here is the Boker Plus Thunderstorm. And so this is a design by Boris Manasharov. And so this one we can see from its design, this was originally meant to be an automatic knife because of course there is a button lock on there. And just from the style of it, we can see that when you press this button on this knife, nothing happens. So they went ahead and they made a manual version of the Thunderstorm here. So what you have to do to open it, of course, we press this button, you open the blade. Alternatively, you can press the button, swing that hefty blade out, and there you go. So this will make the knife legal in a lot more jurisdictions where maybe automatic knives might be prohibited, might be illegal for you to carry every day. But this knife is really just a tank in your hands because look at these aluminum handles. So super thick slabs of aluminum here. This one here is in that coyote tan color or, tan color. Just super thick scales. There's no steel liners in there. These are just solid aluminum, and you can see it's a closed design. So it comes together here on the back. And there's tons of traction back here. Tons of traction on the handle with these huge openings that were cut out. So even with sweaty hands, you're going to get a really good grip on the Thunderstorm here. So it feels really good in hand. The blade itself has some nice jimping on the top as well, so that just continues this traction all along the top of the knife. The blade we can see is a nice, it's like a dark stone wash, like a black wash finish. And we have the Boker Plus logo on here, as well as a serial number. So this one is 722 out of however many they're going to eventually make. On the reverse side, we have the AOS 8 steel designation, which of course for a lot of you, you're going to immediately say, what? AOS 8 steel on a knife like this? What's going on? And I don't have an answer for that. Again, we kind of expect at a bare minimum these days, give me some D2 or something like that, but they did go with an AOS 8 steel. The logo here, kind of hard to see. It's very small. It says Knife Design Studio SME. I believe that's what it says. And there's a logo on there. I assume that is the designer's mark. And that is all the markings on the blade itself, but really a robust knife in hand. So we can see as it opens, it's super satisfying to swing this blade out. When I got it out of the box, I did put a few drops of lubricant in here just to help it swing open a little nicer. But either way, it's going to break in very nicely. And a safety feature, I guess you could say, of course, since it is a button lock knife, when it's closed, it was originally an auto. So it's going to stay locked as long as you don't press that button. So there is no play in this blade when it's closed in the handle. We can see the centering is perfect, very, very nice and tight. So no issues with that. And if you're in a place where you really can't be swinging your blade open, you could always do a slow two-handed open, which is perfectly fine as well. So there are a lot of ways to use, a lot of ways to carry this knife. Very, very nice in hand. And we do have a deep carry pocket clip as well. So we can see this blacked out clip. And on this smooth aluminum, it goes in and out of pocket like a dream. No issues there. We do have it's reversible too. So you can take off this tip, reverse it if you choose to do so. There is a glass breaker right here, and looking at this glass breaker, it looks pretty big compared to the size of the knife, but in pocket, it's really not that noticeable. It's really not that much of a hindrance. And now I will say, here in the box, actually, they did include a little tool. It's like a little custom wrench. So if you want to take this tip off, you can use this to do that and reverse the clip. And I did say in the material on the website that it included a flat plate in case you didn't want the glass breaker. But here in mine, there's no flat tip on this. So I suppose I'm just stuck with the glass breaker, which is fine. It's not that intrusive like I was saying. But you might want to check it out if you buy this. Make sure you do get the flat tip included. So if you don't want to have a glass breaker on your knife, you don't have to have one, I suppose. So that's a nice little tool they do include. So I'm glad that's here. So there's that. But beyond that, standard Boker Plus box, and this particular knife right here, being originally an auto, I am kind of glad they came out with it in this variant so I could pick it up, because in my local jurisdiction, I'm probably not going to carry an automatic knife with me for many reasons. And just this solid construction, we can see the huge lanyard hole here on the back, just, again, part of that aluminum handle. So really, really solid, very robust, very fun to actuate this knife. So really, really cool. So the Thunderstorm here, this one I picked up from Knife Center. It's currently at about $95. So again, $95. That's a lot of money for a knife for some of us. For all of us, maybe. And so at that price point, the build quality is excellent. No complaints there. The fit and finish is really, really well done. So the knife itself, I have no complaints about. Again, I think the only thing people are going to complain about with the Thunderstorm here is the choice of blade steel. Because in 2023, you know, AUS-8 steel is kind of considered low end. That wasn't always the case, but it is now. So would doing this in D2 make it any better? Yeah, maybe for some of us. But again, it just means you'll be sharpening it a little more if you have to. And the edge is fine out of box, as we can see there. Looking good. I just love these classic drop point designs. And to give you an idea of the size of the knife, it's not a big, big knife. Let's take a look at the ruler here. So we will check out the blade length first. So we can see our blade length is a little under 3 inches long. And again, that may help you with your locality if 3-inch blade lengths are an issue. Overall length, a little under 7.5 inches long. So this is great size for everyday carry, even though it is a little robust, a little thick in pocket. I think a lot of people really desire that kind of build quality. So knowing when you hand this knife to someone else, it feels really good. It feels really solid. So let's make some size comparisons as well, actually, while we're on the table. So we have the Boker Plus Thunderstorm. I have right here, this is a Benchmade Mini Griptilian. So this is one with the original plastic scales, and we can just put those side by side. So we can see that. Very similar in size to the Mini Grip, and even the thickness of the handle, because the Mini Grip is kind of a beefy handle design as well. We can see the thickness there, and the thickness of the aluminum, very, very similar. So if you have a Mini Grip, the knife here is a little bit bigger, a little bit more robust, and even weight-wise. So the Mini Grips are known for being lightweight because of all the plastic, but our Thunderstorm right here, this one weighs in 3.5 ounces. So 3.5 ounces for these thick aluminum slabs, that is not bad at all. And so the length and width there help contribute to that. So really good weight to size ratio there. We also have a Kershaw leak right here on the table. And now, of course, thinness is the name of the game with the leak. So we're going to look more at overall length. So again, overall length right there. All these knives coming around that 3-inch blade length as well. So yeah, decent comparisons, I suppose. But really the Boker Plus line right here, this one is impressive. So not everything from Boker coming out this year has really drawn my attention. Especially a lot of their higher end models, they're pretty pricey. They're pretty much up there. But this one, you know, something about it just looks good. It feels good. It's built well. And so I have very few complaints, just my first impressions out of the box. You know, if you want a robust manual opener, don't necessarily need that automatic action. Your wrist is the automatic action here. So it's a fun knife to definitely toy with and play with. So this is the Boker Plus Thunderstorm in brown aluminum and black wash. I think they have it blacked out as well. But if you have any questions about this, or give me your comments, what do you think about that blade steel? I think I'm going to get some interesting comments about that. So hope you all have a nice day, everyone. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.